The day he left me for a woman 12 years younger. He called me boring, useless, and dead weight. He believed I would fall apart without him. But 1 year later, standing at his lavish wedding reception, he learned a truth that destroyed everything he thought he knew. And by the time he called me crying and begging for another chance, I had already built a life so beautiful that I never even considered looking back. My husband thought I would beg him to stay. He thought I would cry, scream, and fall apart when he chose a younger woman over me. Instead, I quietly walked away. 1 year later, he stood in the middle of his lavish wedding reception and discovered a secret that changed everything. By the end of that night, his perfect image was shattered, his new marriage was already cracking, and the woman he once called dead weight had become the person he could never get back. My name is Savannah Brooks, and for 10 years I made the mistake of loving a man who only loved himself. When I met Ethan Walker, he was ambitious, charming, and full of dreams. We were both struggling to build our futures. We rented a tiny apartment with outdated carpet and noisy neighbors. We shared takeout dinners on the floor because we could not afford a dining table. We laughed about our problems and promised that one day we would build a life together. Back then, I believed we were partners. I was an interior designer trying to establish my career while Ethan worked long hours in finance. We supported each other through everything. When he doubted himself, I encouraged him. When he failed, I helped him stand back up. When opportunities appeared, I celebrated every victory as if it were my own. Then success arrived. The promotion started coming faster than either of us expected. His salary increased. His confidence exploded. Soon we moved into a luxury penthouse overlooking the city skyline. We bought expensive cars and attended exclusive events. From the outside, our marriage looked perfect. Behind closed doors, it was dying. The man who once listened to every word I said stopped listening completely. Every conversation became about him. Every achievement belonged to him. Every decision belonged to him. I slowly became a supporting character in my own life. I still remember the night everything started changing. I had landed a major hotel redesign contract that could transform my career. I was excited, proud, hopeful. I spent hours preparing his favorite meal and bought a bottle of wine to celebrate. I asked for a quiet dinner together. Instead, Ethan hosted a massive networking party for his clients. While everyone celebrated his success, I stood alone in the kitchen cutting my own birthday cake. When he walked in, he looked annoyed. "Why are you hiding in here?" he asked. I stared at him. "Because it is my birthday." He rolled his eyes. "Stop making everything about yourself." Then he grabbed ice for his guests and walked away. I stood alone in that kitchen surrounded by dirty dishes and empty champagne glasses. For the first time, I wondered if the man I married had disappeared forever. What I did not know was that the worst betrayal was still waiting for me. A golden retriever who follows me everywhere, and a life that belongs entirely to me. Sometimes people ask whether I feel satisfied knowing Ethan lost everything. The truth is simpler than that. I rarely think about him at all, because real revenge is not watching someone else fail. Real revenge is creating a life so beautiful that their absence no longer matters. The man who once called me dead weight thought he was walking away from something worthless. Instead, he walked away from the best thing that ever happened to him. And the moment I finally chose myself, everything changed.